presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Eddie in Boca Raton. Hey, Eddie, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. How are you, man?
I'm doing great, man. Yourself?
Good, good. It is a treasure to have TFNN every hour during the trading day, to be there to help you, to guide you, and even to give you some peace of mind, or like that somebody else is there with you while you're trading this crazy market, either up or down.
Well, listen, we appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here, because we wouldn't be out here, folks, if we didn't have all you guys, gals, tigers and tigresses as clients. And, you know, the market teaches you every single day, man.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Be impeccable with your word. Express your love. Impeccability of the word can be measured by a level of self-love. If you love yourself, you'll express that love in your interactions with others, and that action will produce a like reaction. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 129, NASDAQ up 142, S&P's up 31. Gold contract trading up $2.10 at $18.81 an ounce. You get silver down 8 cents, $22.15 an ounce. Light sweet crude up $3.11. $77.22 a barrel, notes and bonds. The 10-year note down 9 ticks, trading 113.06. The 30-year off 22 at 128.10. And King Dollar. King Dollar right now is trading, where are you? Trading down 106 at 103.515. The euro is at 107. The yen is at 131, and the British pound's at 120 to 1 US dollar. And you can see this. This is such a trip, man. This is like a trader's paradise, folks. The bottom line, when I did the update, you can see the dollar was at 220. The S&Ps were up 40. They're up 28. We'll go through. We're going to go right into the S&Ps, because the bottom line is that was a test, a failure of a test. The contraction of volume is amazing. This will be really crazy if it goes right back down the other end, but this is how markets work, man. And, you know, the range is so dramatic out here today. It's just amazing, folks, okay? Meaning amazing in the context now, you can flip positions around. So what we just did, the bottom line, when I was doing the update, we were at 41.68. Well, we're 16 points lower than that right now. What it had done, it got over the swing here of that 41.62. That had 97,000 contracts, and guess what? We're still on this one. So right now you got 1 minute left. So you had the test and the failure with 40. So right now it's 48,000 contracts. Bottom line, the next bar is going to be really crucial. Why, folks? Because what has happened is it. All the way up to a price point of 41.39. The first leg down, I suspect, is going to take us to 41.39. And the reason I'm saying that, if you're watching me on the screen here on the Bloomberg, that has 78,000 contracts at the high. So the way that when you're looking at price and volume, the bottom line, we have failure on price and volume at the highs. And you can see the contraction was pretty dramatic. Now the question is going to be, how does it get into that 41.39? So if we build cars going sideways for, 10 or 15 minutes, then get out of the way. Because that would be saying that you not only get into it, you'll get into it and blow that baby away. That's on your S&Ps. We go into the NQs. We take a look at the NQs. Okay, so NQs out here. Pull that up. Same setup. You're going to see the NQs. The NQs failed at 12,704. When I just did the update, it was at 12,730. And the bottom line, we just gave up 50 points there. Now, in the NQs, the number is 620. 12,620. So that's 60 points lower than we are right now. We'll see how this baby shakes out. Let's get over to the dollar, because that was crazy, man. That it got 100 ticks in 5 minutes. And you can see what happens. 100 ticks in the dollar. Bottom line, brings you down 14 points in the S&P, which is a total mind blower. And look at, we don't have volume up, but look at that bar. That bar is like, that's a strong bar. There's no doubt about it. It hit right when I was doing the update. 103 went from 103.407 to 103.530. Yeah, that's right, 103.530. Bottom line is that this dollar does want higher price. So we'll see how the whole thing shakes out. If we get into that, now let's look at the dailies. So if we take a look at the dailies out here, what you're going to have, on the dailies too, it's really going to depend on where we close out here today, because the higher range inside the SPY, okay, is 410.49. So we got up below it yesterday. We'll see how this baby shakes out. I really don't see us giving up that many points, but you know what? You can. It all depends on how we come into that bar that I had just shown on the S&P as well as the NASDAQ composite. We got to take a look at let's go take a look at the oil market. The oil's got a little pounce out here. So oil, let's see. Okay, so the contract is up $3.12. It has 354,000 contracts. That's not bad contract volume. That's that oil. Once you get over 300,000, it's not bad. Well, we made a low at 380. You're up with 354. The 354 is going into 360. So that says it's going a little higher. So the consolidation is going to stay on. What did happen? Let me look at this. 72.74. 72.25. What did happen in the oil market, when we just came down there, we broke the lowest swing from the last time, not the prior one that was established out here in December. The reason I bring that up is that what you don't have, okay, you can see this, like, we have lower prices. And what you have here is that the last high that we had got over the swing, but then the low we had got under the swing, okay? So that bottom line is a toss-up. That's the reality. It's like, okay, so where do you want to go with this? We got to take a look at some of the higher volume equities out here. This is what we have. You have Bed Bath & Beyond, right? We got to look at this. This is the game, folks. The bottom line is that, it made a run yesterday. I mean, you talk about getting taken to the cleaners, man. Look at this chart. This is wild, man. So this is yesterday, right? So yesterday it started off at $3.11, closes at a price point of $5.86, traded to $7.03. They wake up this morning and it's cut in half. This is how this thing is toast. You want to day trade it? Like I said, yeah, you can day trade it. Do not stay overnight on the stock. I mean, it's going to be worth nothing. It's just a matter of when, not if. That's how this works, folks, okay? That is a reality. Some of the other higher volume equities that we have out here today, we'll see where this shakes out. You got NVIDIA's up $8. We have Advanced Micro up $1.50. Let's go see what Disney's coming out with numbers tomorrow morning. Disney right now, the low for the year is 84, the high is 157. That's going to be coming out after the market closes tomorrow night. And they're going to be looking to bring to the top line $23.4 billion and 75 cents. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 154. We get the Nasdaq up 162. S&Ps are up 36. Let's get over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, as we do each and every Tuesday at 20 past the hour. And don't forget, folks, Basil has an outstanding show right here every trading day, 10 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. Also has a great newsletter, The Opening Call. Now, it's very easy to get the opening call, folks. Come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go under newsletters. You're going to see the opening call on the left-hand side. You can get the opening call for 1 month for $149. You get a 6 months for $695, which is a savings of $199 or 22%, and you can get it for 1 full year for $1195, which is a savings of $593 or 33%. Now, they all come, folks, with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Basil has approximately 10 to 12 great archives out there. You want a great education? Sign up. Check it out. You get it for a whole month. Check out the education, do a lot of studying, and you're going to be off to the races. Basil Chapman, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Tom. How are you?
It's so beautiful down here, Basil. It's insane today. It's like 76 degrees and cool. So it's like
we have quite a nice day here for us. It's up in the 50s, but it's not quite 70s. But
that's huge. And it's amazing, folks. What happens is this. The way the East Coast works, and even when I was saying it's 76, because that's warm for us now, that I can always tell that it's warm in Boston when that happens, Basil. Isn't that wild? Because I mean, if you get 50, we'll get 76.
It's from
you
the
get
south
40,
to the north.
It doesn't get down to 50, but we'll get 60, 65 or something. Do you know what I mean? So pretty wild.
Talking about south to the north, look at this. This is very interesting. Look at the Dow from the south. That's from 32,948. The low that was made in January. We've gone to, in the Chapman, we're always looking for 4 higher peaks, alphabetized A, then peak B, then C is the higher one, then peak D. That's where other things can happen. But at that last high that was made at 34,342 on, I think it was about the 17th of January, pulled back quite sharply to the 32,948, just above the 200-period moving average. And then we had a really nice rally, peak A, peak B, peak C, and then we stalled underneath, just a little underneath the last high. And within this technique that I use, which shows a large rectangle formation, let me just show you this, if I can show it for a moment. I won't be able to find it. Let's see if I can find it. No, I haven't got it. So I'm always looking at the rectangles. Either it's a narrow, long rectangle, or it's a wide rectangle. And each one has a connotation. A long rectangle can last a lot longer than your patience as it goes, bounces between the high of the horizontal line and the low of the horizontal line at the bottom. It just bounces around. So what's interesting, when it's wide, there's often a very strong rally that makes higher highs and higher lows. Then the rule of thumb for me is that it should go to a peak D, a fourth highest peak, underneath the previous high, just under, right on or just above the previous high. Well, the last one went to a peak C. 34,342 was the high of the 13th, and on the 13th of January. And on the 1st of February, it went to 34,334. That's what? That's 8 points lower. Then it pulled back. But look at the way in this daily chart, the 9-period moving average is holding nicely above, that's the green line, above the 14. And the MACD is not great, but it's good. Stochastic is under 80%, but the technicals are just strong enough. I've been waiting for 3 days now, maybe it's 4 days. We've been trying to add to our 3 times long Dow position, which we have. We have the core position, the diamonds. We also have the core position still from the low of March 23rd of, actually it was 23rd of 2020. But what's really important about this is that we've just been waiting patiently, and today we got it by a few cents on the slide earlier on.
Nice.
That position's up about 4%, but that's not the point. The point is that it has to hold, because I've been saying that for the last about, I'd say from the end of last week, I was saying, I think we're in for a little bit of a consolidation here, and how all these different indexes hold, because just like I've been talking about gold as silver sometimes needs gold, then gold looks around and says, hey, what's happening? And then suddenly races up, tries to catch silver, at which time silver takes a breather. And then when gold finally catches up, they both take a breather. So I've been talking about that. The Dow for months has been my leading indicator, the Dow itself, the DIA. And all of a sudden, with that Goldman Sachs and Travelers smashed to the downside somewhere around the 17th or so of January, that really took a beat. That took the Dow lower. So the Dow then started to fail. But all of a sudden, you got the NASDAQ coming on strong. Now you got the S&P and the IWM Russell 2000. And all of a sudden, I said last week, I think what we're looking at is this coming week, that's this week that we're in, the Dow should hold a little better now than the others. So it's a little lopsided. And I still think this is basically a shorter term consolidation. But I need to see the Dow hold the gains, probably into the close, or at least do a big chunk of the gains should be held. And by that Friday, at the Friday's close, I want to see the Dow. It doesn't have to close above, but it needs to get it above the 34,334 high that was made 5 sessions ago. And to me, that'll say, great. Now you can look at the weekly chart, which I've been saying is in a consolidation pattern. You can see this big rectangle here. And all I'm looking at is that in that huge move up that we saw in January, there's a lot of consolidation that's going on, and it's giving us room to put money to work in certain sectors, certain stocks. In fact, today we saw one of the sectors that I've been looking at, waiting to see if it can finally show strength. It hasn't really shown strength for a year now, but I think it's starting to. So each one of these sectors that have been beaten down, that are showing this rotational correction, strength or weakness, that's what I'm focusing on. So we're looking at the Dow. Dow, if it takes out today's low in the next couple of days, that's really bad. But in the meantime, on a short-term basis. But that rectangle in the weekly chart says, hey, we can stay in this range a lot longer than your patience, and we're going to be watching this very closely. But I do like the action today. We waited patiently. We got it. And now at least we can raise the stop so that we don't have to take a lot. This is a trading position because we have other positions as well. But this is one that I wanted for this potential leg D to the upside.
Yeah, there's no doubt we've had some good volatility out here today, man.
We have.
I mean, and as we're talking, folks, okay, we're talking about that, that test. Well, check this out. So it's coming, but now you have 5 more minutes on this bar, folks, in Basel, but it's going to be intriguing. So the first test when I came on had 50,000 contracts. Well, right now, you're 5 minutes into it, and you only have 16,000 contracts. So this is always going to get intriguing. I love these wide consolidations, Basil. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty cool, actually. Those big rectangles, because this is a monster rectangle, as you said, man. Well, I mean, it's huge.
Look at this 5 minute chart just made this huge rectangle formation. And what's interesting, I mean, I was lucky. I managed to catch the bottom in this E-mini, and then I got out at the 200-period moving average resistance in this 5-minute chart. And look how much further I didn't even have a chance to get back in. And look at this. It's now at 41.65. We went to a peak E, and the 9-period in the 5-minute chart is still above the 14-period moving average. And what I'm showing here is that every single one of these techniques that I'm talking about in this 1 or 5-minute chart applies equally to a monthly, because it's a fractal of human nature. It's just looking at price. Like you look at volume, I look at these different things, and it repeats over and over. It's really fascinating, isn't it?
I love it. It is so true, Vessel. It's so true.
I think that's what keeps us going.
I'm telling you, we're twins. I know, man. It's unreal.
It's a mental challenge. It keeps you young. I love it. It's really nice.
Listen, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. You go to newsletters, see the opening call right on the right-hand side. Baz up, a great one, safe one. We look forward to the show tomorrow.
You too, Tom.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, Butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 209. You get the Nasdaq up 198. S&Ps are up 46. Let's go to our man John in Philly. John, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Big Tom. Thanks for taking the call, sir.
Absolutely. How you been, man?
Doing very well. Tom, I wanted to ask you about Newmont. Of course, we know that Newmont Sunday night or Monday morning announced that they were in agreement to purchase Newcrest out of Australia.
Yep.
Parenthetically, Tom, by way of background, we need to recall that Newcrest began its existence as a Newmont spinoff way back in 1990.
Wow, how cool is that? I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Yeah, and then in the past 10 years, of course, you were, with your Gold Report, were on top of all the acquisitions that have been occurring, in the past, 20 years, Tom. But maybe 10 years ago, Newcrest purchased a large competitor called Lihr, spelled Lihr.
Okay.
And that business had a big mine in Papua New Guinea, that big island country kind of near Australia. Anyway, so you've got Newcrest, which is, a former Newmont property, plus Lihr. And now Newmont is buying it to get bigger. And we have to recall, of course, Newmont did an acquisition of Goldcorp not too many years ago, and then joint ventured some Nevada properties with Barrick Gold.
Yeah, and then bought Placer Dome years ago. Remember? I mean, that was huge. That was, Right.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got this massive consolidation, and I'm wondering, Tom, you've been reading your Bloomberg articles, and I'm always cognizant on these stock deals that, in fact, the acquiring company, its stock can remain under pressure as the buyout shareholders, the Newcrest shareholders, distribute stock eventually into the deal. Putting pressure on the margin on Newmont, the acquirer. But I'm wondering if you've read through the terms of the deal and looked at the charts and come up with any idea, any couple of benchmarks you might personally have as to what price represents, good value, low risk entry for Newmont, not thinking that's going to go up right away, barring gold surging or something.
Right.
But trying to get prepared. So if you could help me on that, I'd be much obliged.
So this is so intriguing, folks, particularly when you're in a sector in general, right? So pitch this. I got Newmont up right now, but here I'm going to put Newcrest up for you so you can see, because the first thing I thought of, John, was that because and this is always something you really want to wrap your head around, folks. Okay, so if I put Newcrest up, let me pull this back a bit, because what you have to realize, and this is like a tough realization, is that, bottom line, Newmont wants to come after it, right? When you look at this chart, you can see, Newcrest going back, 10 years ago was trading at 43. You go back 2 years ago was trading at 38, and you're at 25. So the first thing I looked at, John, I says, okay, there's not a lot of premium in the period. Okay, one taking over the other. So, and then when I go to Newmont, it looks to me like, Newmont's got another 3 or 4 points to go lower, man. So they're not paying up for these things. Either that or, I don't have the actual fundamentals, John, meaning, you know what I'm saying? I know Newmont is 4 times bigger than Newcrest. So they can swallow it pretty easy. But when I look at Newmont, where my cursor is, there's 2 different places. It had that high volume low at 44, got tested, it was okay. But then what happened is even on the test, that's kind of a high volume at 43.25. So it's like, okay, my take is it's going to come back and test that and see how it shakes out, man. The biggest thing I got out of it, I think that we all have to get out of it, is that inside of that sector, the stocks that we own, if we're looking for a takeover, I don't think we're going to make a whole bunch of money on it. You know what I mean? I think, we got to get gold going so that people get greedy, Yeah,
indeed. One thing I will say, Tom, is, goodness gracious, the gold price peaked July of 2020 up there at 2070.
Yeah.
And of course, it retested it a year ago. But if you look at the scheme of things, I see that gold chart as being in one nice digestive consolidation. And I can't help but thinking the Newmont management team is saying, you know what, that's good. Gold's consolidating. We've got some time. Let's just get really bigger and let's buy back, the old mine that we had way back in 1990 that we spun out into Newcrest and prepare ourselves to be potential winners for, a next gold rally leg that, might come in the next 1 to 3 years.
Now, folks, and John, well, you know this, John, but folks, what's so cool about what John just said? What happens in your trading career is that's, you were hoping that you come, none of us have a crystal ball. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about you bring it full circle. Because I agree, John, not that it wouldn't matter whether I agree, but I love the theory. because that's exactly how I think. Meaning, I got a feeling that even people that trade a lot, and we know we've been in that sector for a while, because when you put that together, that's the first thing I actually thought of, John. I says, okay, they're bullish on gold, which I was digging. Do you know what I'm saying? Because what we know is this, folks. If you're bullish on something, right, you can't wait for it to go to 3,000 and buy it. Or that's not how, you're not going to make any money. Risk equals reward, and risk also does equal that you can lose it. But that's what I think they're doing, man. We'll see. But it was good news. I think in the context of where we are, it's good news. And in the context of gold, man, I think what we're going to see here, I see the dollar, running to 106, so we're going to take some pressure even on the broad market, right? And then the next leg, though, my take is this next leg after this, man, we're going 2,700 in gold. Because
thanks a bunch. I'm going to have to get that gold report to see what you think about price and volume on a weekly basis.
There you go, brother. Okay, man.
Thanks so much.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. So what happens, folks, is this. Gold is a slow mover. But the reality is, not the but, though, the reality is it does keep up with inflation. Now, when I say keep up with inflation, we're not talking about a day-to-day or a week-to-week thing. I'm talking about basically, almost 8 months to a year and a half, okay? But the reality is I had a tiger. Basically, this is a great story, folks. There's a painter here. His name's Kingpin. He's an amazing guy that's done a lot of paintings for me. And I was just talking to him a little bit ago, and he says to me, he had been around when, we got in gold at 282. And the bottom line is that I'm so happy for him because the bottom line is he still has gold. The first one he bought was at 325, and he bought a huge amount under 400. And, guess what? Time does go by, and all of a sudden, and this, I'm just talking, I'm talking about the solid gold, okay? And, bottom line is that now we're running at 1882, and with the premium, it's probably $120 today. The premiums are huge. So my point is this, on a longer term basis, and because of the fact that, my take is this. We're going to have a couple more rate hikes, and then the Fed's going to keep it for a long period of time. But that is when you are going to see gold explode. Why? Because the market is going to know that, okay, I'm here for a long period of time, but guess what? The market can't take any higher interest rates, and that's when it's giddy up and go. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direxion shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direxion shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direxion Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 215, Nasdaq up 197, S&Ps are up 46. You got to see this, man. This is coming back in again. And, okay, so it's got a new bar. It's on 2 minutes. But look at this, man. This is... You know, so the way that you can play this, folks, is this: you know that you're up for the test. You know, there's not enough time. You know, there's enough time for a pullback slightly, but not going down to that first level that I gave you, meaning the 41.39. But these are the types of tests that tomorrow morning, see it, don't want to be it. You know, you can see this. The last, here's the last 3 bars. So the first bar that it had an expansion, but it was really light. It was 50,000. Versus the 97. Then we went down on 26. You can see that doesn't work either. But then we went up on 32. We went up on 30. And right now, you're into this bar. It's only 3 minutes into the bar. You're at 91. So bottom line is that that's still saying there's not enough energy to sustain itself. Now, let's go over to Disney for a second, because Disney's coming out with numbers after the close tomorrow. The low's 84. The high's 87. Let's see how this baby's set up. Okay, so, hey, man. Oh, this is an ABC up. This is subtle, but it's an ABC up, and it's a huge one. Wow, this is going to be a trip watching this. Okay, you're going to have some time to do this, too. Look at this. The A point on this is 84. The B is 110, man. You're talking about 26 A to B. That's going to get you 32, 132. The last high is 136. Let's see this. What is that? It's 126. It's way up here, man. Well, Disney came down quite a bit. I mean, Disney, if I just put this back 2 years, I think, and we were down from 170. Yeah, let me pull it back. That's an ABC up, man. So, the first one, oh, hold it. This is the one right here. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, so hold it. I'm going to make this more conservative. I'm going to take this level here. So let's do 97. Let's do it that way. Okay, so the most conservative is a 12.8 A to B. That's still going to get you $1.20. Yeah, that's still getting you $1.20. You can see this. We took last Thursday. We took the B point out with 13 million versus 10. It's a nice setup, man. It's a nice setup. Okay, let's go LUMN. See what we got here. That's Lumina Technologies. Okay, the low's 496 for the past 12 months. The high's 1286. This is digital solutions for business. Company office communication, network security, cloud solutions. They are going to be looking to take to the top line $3.8 billion and 19 cents to the bottom line. Wow. This is quite a dog. This is wild, man. I mean, They're claiming they're still going to make money. I got to look at this again. 1 second. So they're claiming that they're going to take in $3.8 billion and make 19 cents. So they're also, yeah. This is a dog with fleas, man. Yeah, this is more. This got a lot of fleas, man. Yeah, I wouldn't be touching this thing, man. Not even close. There's something wrong with this stock. Yeah. There's particularly something wrong with it. They're claiming they're still going to make money, and I just took this thing back. If I just take it back for, what, 2021, I went from $16 down to $406. Yeah. I'd lay off that thing. That's for sure. I wouldn't be looking at that at all. 3M. Let's go to 3M and see what we got with 3M out here. So the low in 3M is 106. The high is 164. They're not coming out with numbers until April 26. That means they must have already just come out. Okay, so let's see. Does this pay a dividend? Yeah, nice dividend. Okay. You get at this price, you get a 4.8% dividend. Okay, so put this on a weekly. Well, there's not much here either. Let me put this on a monthly. You're down from 258 at 116. Yeah, I wouldn't be biting here, man. This is not done. This is pretty heavy. This is pretty heavy destruction here, man. I mean, this made its highs in 2016, 2017. Yeah, that's set up. It's pretty amazing that we're at 2023, right? And oh, there goes the S&P. Let's go take a look at the S&P. We're up $53 right now, 53 points. So that means I believe it got over it. That's right at it. Okay, so what'd you have? You're at 8 minutes. You're never going to have the volume, so we'll see how this closes after 8 minutes. So the top that it's testing, and it's doing it right now, is 41.75 flat out. You know, the volume's extraordinary up here, so it won't test it. I mean, so it's not going to make volume. We'll see how it handles price. And then we'll see how this closes in the last 10 minutes. So if we closed right here, let's just look if we closed right here. If we closed right here, you got yourself, close at the highs. That means you can go after the high. There's no doubt about that. We go to the SPY for a second. You're getting an expansion of volume. Yeah, you are. We hit a low yesterday with 60 million. You get 72 right now. And you're in the higher range. So that's saying that it can go test this high up there, which is a 1418. And right now, you're at 1415. It's really going to be, it's going to be an understanding of how we handle this high right at this particular level. That's where it shakes out. Let me see. Evidently, the dollar went back down. There you go. Now look at that. See, when I started the program, the dollar was down 211 ticks. That's when the S&P was up 48. When I came on the news, when I came on the air, it was at 117, and that's when the S&P gave up 14 points. Bottom line, goes down, market goes up. And the bond market, though, the bond market is still generating that higher prices, higher yields, lower prices are coming at us. And, you know, I suspect that's going to be for quite some time, man. That's how this thing is shaking out. So right now, the next Fed meeting, let's see what we have here. So meeting-wise, okay, so we have March 22nd and then May 3rd. You know, March 22nd is quite a way away. So they're going to be out here yapping in a monster way. There's no doubt about that. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. We have the Dow up 285. Nasdaq's up 234. S&P's up 56. We'll come right back.
technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at tfnn.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at tfnn.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is up 338. Nasdaq is up 259. S&Ps are up 63. So we're going to finish at highs, folks. And we'll see how much volume comes in here at the end. On the SPY right now, you're going to have the volume. You close over highs. It's piling in right this second. 76 million shares in the SPY. And if we take a look at the Qs and we go over to the Qs, look at the Qs, man. Holy cow, that's 61 million. Now the Qs, when we started this program, we were at 42. So that did 50% more coming in. That's a big number. And we go back to the dollar. We take a look at the dollar. The dollar out here, sideways move. That's a sideways move in the dollar. There's no doubt about that. So we'll see where the whole thing's going to shake out. We go into the indices and we take a look at the volume. What you have thus far in the NYSE, we did 616 million. And if we go into the composite right now is at 5 billion. So the composite's going to do about 5.5 billion. And, I expect what you're going to see, let's see, it's Wednesday. No, it's only Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday, so hey, you can have some rally in here, man. That's the bottom line. You can definitely have some rally in here. You go back to that SPY for a second. You're in a new range. That's the reality. You're in a new range, and what that actually does, which is pretty intense, that the swing point back here from 6 months ago is 431. And then if we put this on a weekly. That the same number? Yeah, it's the same number. So that's the swing, and that's also ice, man. That's how this is shaking out. Here we go. Always remember, folks, the bear can claw your heart out, the bull can run you over, and thank God there's always another trade. Health, happiness, and prosperity. Have a great night. Have a safe night. Come back and visit Tommy tomorrow morning. Kicks us off 9 a.m. Great show, folks. Look at him, folks.